All right, bro.
You heard? Come on.
LaRussell in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's an honor, bro. For real, for real.
Gratitude.
You know, you're personally one of my favorite artists moving. For real, like, and it's not just for the bars. You know what I'm saying? It's for the mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's the movement. You know what I'm saying, that you're putting together. The business you're putting together. And just the way you carry yourself as a man. You know. You're the blueprint for a lot of us upcoming artists. You know, trying to build something from nothing into something solid. You know what I'm saying? But we just gonna take it from the top. You from Vallejo?
You heard?
Same place as E40,
Come on.
Mac Dre,
Come on.
Legends. Paint the picture. What was it like growing up there?
The same way it's like here. You know, it's you can't really describe that it's one of them questions that we get asked like 1,000 times, and it's like
Right.
you can never describe it. You feel me? Like
Right.
it's like growing up anywhere else. Like it's just home. It's not really words that could describe it. You just gotta come feel it to know it.
Okay. Uh, Growing up, was you doing any kind of like sports, hooping, football, anything like that?
Not organized, just outside. I can
Okay.
play a little bit of everything.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, you know, we grew up in the era where like you had to be outside, and whatever sport everybody playing on the block and at the park is what you playing. So I never played organized sports, but you feel me? I could play everything.
Okay. When did music go from just like a thought to a serious thing for you?
Um, I started recording music early, like middle school, coming out of elementary, middle school, making beats, producing, writing songs with the homies, recording shit. But it wasn't like serious for me until post high school. Like I've always taken it serious, but not like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be successful and I could be a famous artist serious until like 2018. But I've been doing music for man as long as I can remember, at least like 7.
Okay. Um, was there ever a time you didn't believe in your ability, or did you always know you had it in you?
Um, Definitely. I didn't believe in my ability when I didn't have the ability. You know, like it's a certain level of work you got to do before you feel like it's obtainable and you can get on that court and make it happen. So I didn't always have the ability, but I didn't always work for it. You feel me? I didn't start getting the confidence and belief until like I was at least 1,000 verses in. You know, 1,000 beats in, 1,000 sessions in, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm nice. You feel me? I start battling and just writing more songs. But yeah, belief, I never really had blind belief. Like, I always wanted to rap, but I wasn't willing to like outwardly. It's interesting, it was just hobbyist for me. Like I knew I was good, but I didn't think I was better than anybody else. I just thought I was an average. I was just rapping, you feel
Mhm.
me? And through that, eventually it got to the point where I knew, my skill was good enough for me to make it.
Okay. Um, what was your very first performance like, and what do you remember feeling like after?
Man, it was legendary. I had did I dropped the album in 2018, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do a show because it just kind of started buzzing around the neighborhood and just like locally. And I was like, I'm gonna do a show, and we got this old theater in Vallejo that I was able to rent out. It cost me like I think like 3 grand. And I remember reaching out to him, and the guy who was working there at the time was like, we don't really do hip hop, so they was gonna pass on me, but he came back and he like, I listened to yours and something different about it. So we're gonna take the chance on it. And so it was like
All right.
$3,000 to rent it. And me and my pops went half, my pops went half with me. I had to go work. I put my whole work check into that thing. We pressed up a bunch of merch, and I was selling tickets hand to hand at that time. Like people were pulling up to the garage. Like we didn't even have online tickets. It was like you got to physically buy your ticket, really campaigning, putting posters around the hood. We probably did like 60, maybe less than that. Like half was family, the rest was like tickets sold. You
Yeah.
feel me? And man, it was a high. It was a beautiful high because it was just a glimpse into like what could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going into that show really confident. I had rehearsed. I ended up buying a speaker and a mixer and a mic, and I just rehearsed like months prior. I was in my garage every day. I come home from work and I just rehearsed every single day. And man, I remember doing that show, and after like certain people coming up to me and asking like, "Man, how long you been performing?" And I'm like, "This is my first show ever." But
Yeah, that's
like
hard.
the level of performance we gave had people believing like we really did it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it left me on a high. But I remember like I went to work the very next day, and it was like back to reality of like, man, you got to keep going. Like I was working and doing shows for about 2 years before I finally left my job, just in tandem, taking all my work money and investing it in equipment, investing it in the shows, investing it in the merch.
That's hard, bro. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Um, when it comes to like your style of music, at least with me, what I see is like a real mix of real life wisdom, wit and just positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's like fun
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying? Where do you think that comes from?
Um, the energy comes from the turf. Like just being in the Bay is like it's one of those things where words can't really explain it. But if you go to the Bay,
Yeah,
you're gonna know exactly what it is. You meet a nigga from the Bay, it's like, ah, you feel me? The energy is just from the turf. It's from home. Like that's just what it is. It's just a certain type of love. You play certain songs outside. We could be in Walmart, and
right.
if feeling myself come on,
It's up.
like it's just in us. And then the wit is like really I contribute that to like Kanye West. You know, I was a big Kanye fan early, and Kanye was one of the first rappers I listened to that made me laugh. You know, like it's seldom you find hip hop where you listening and you smile or you laugh because you like is the bar is that witty or
Right.
funny where you like it really catch you. And I didn't used to do that before Kanye. I think Kanye the only one I remember that maybe Hov, but Kanye was really the one that you'll be laughing like it's that good. You feel me? And the bars and the substances, you know, pop, DMX, all of them kind of culminated in one, but really it's just the environment, everything that I was consuming in one melting pot. I like to think I'm like all my favorite artists in one.
Right. Makes sense. Uh, when you're writing or recording, like, what would you say gets you in that zone to actually create? Is it, I mean, you kind of answered that a little bit, the life around you, you know what I'm saying? But is it the more so, is it beats that talk to you? Is it just life? Is it, you know,
It could be either or. Um, if I'm like some albums like Sobriety, I wrote because I was like in one of them spaces in life where I felt like I needed to write, right? So like that was one where like life took me there. But if I'm just in like a traditional session, like it's just a beat, you know, a beat. I'm like a jukebox. Like you can play any beat and I'm gonna find something. Like it just that's just kind of how my mind work. But yeah, it could be either or. When life drives me there, it's always like a different level of music versus just the beat because the beat is just like me doing what I love to do, like the hobby. But when life take me there, when something happened in my journey and I gotta express it or write about it,
that's,
that's when you get
yeah.
you get to do that little dances and the hidden animosities and the yeah.
hmm Okay. one thing about you, bro, you're very consistent. You know what I'm saying? What has consistency taught you that talent alone couldn't?
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Every time. Every time. It's funny. We be playing pickleball. And I was telling my little homie Mally, I'm like, cause he not the best player at pickleball, but like I be telling him, I'm like, they can't out hustle you. So, at the least, if like you're not the most skilled, then just out hustle everybody.
In fact,
We're not gonna out hustle you. You're gonna run faster, you're gonna go for every play, you're gonna go. And it's like that's how he gonna win. Because
yeah,
he's gonna hustle harder than everybody. And that's always been my thing. Like I developed the talent, but my hustle is the thing that enables the talent to thrive. We was telling the other day, and somebody was like, "Man, you are where you are." It was Pilo. He was like, "Bro, you are where you are because you work harder than everybody." I'm the nigga like I really use all 24 hours of the day. Like some niggas go home after work over and clock out, but I was going home and rehearsing and pressing merch and recording songs, then going back to work. Like my day, I use the entire clock, all of it.
you know, man. Uh, where would you say this kind of work ethic comes from? Like, what drives you to create at such a high pace?
Um, Part of it is systemic, I believe. Like since I was a child, I used to go on runs with my pop, like when he would hustle, and it's like well, I be on the road for hours, and it's like you gonna eat once, and you gonna hustle the rest of the hours, and you gonna witness, and you gonna see the business and the work, and hopping in and out the truck and doing. You feel me? Like part of it is just systemic. Like I've been in a system for so long and conditioned to like be having to get up at say we're going to the flea market at this time. You feel me? Like I've been conditioned to like thrive in a system for so long that I noticed when I got into the workforce, I was like able to do the same thing. Like before I was rapping at this pace, like I was saying, using all 24 hours, I was working like 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts some days, like double OT on the check, every check. You
Something
feel me?
lovely,
So
so
I've always been kind of conditioned in that flow. Like I'm just gonna go get it if I want it, and I just want it. It's
makes
like
sense.
this, you feel me? Like we just hopped off the stage. I ain't straight from the stage. Like a nigga I landed at 8 a.m. We had to go do our thing. I had a meeting with Zoomies, had to go to their headquarters, go to a meeting, talking this. They go to the venue. We at the venue and they got a sound check, do the meet and greets, all of this shit. I went for a whole stroll. We went did other shit, did the show, hop back in the truck, came here. When I leave here, I gotta go to the airport. When I get off the airport, I got another show in the morning. You feel me? So it's like that level of like desire, and I know that I can't hustle this hard forever. You feel me? Like it's gonna be
Right.
at some point a nigga can't do it.
No,
So it's
for real.
like while it's here, I'm getting it.
Makes sense. No, for sure. Got to. Um, how do you know when a project is done?
I don't think nothing's ever done. It's just whenever you decide that you no longer want to contribute to it. Like your kids never stop growing. It's just it get to a point to where it's like you don't pour as much into the pot anymore. Like my parents used to have to do 90% of the things for my life for me to thrive. Now they don't really have to do much for me to do what I do. You feel me? Like that 90 goes to 5. And that's what it is for a project. I don't think anything's ever done. It's just like you determine on if you done pouring into that pot or not. So for me, um, I get to that point really fast. I don't like trying to perfect nothing. Like I like how shit be raw. Like I just like the feeling. So every album that I've released, sometimes I make these in like a day, 2 days, 3 days, and I'm like, get it to the world so I could go work on something else. Like I've been able to get so much done because I don't sit. on one thing forever. I got 40 albums, and it's because I allow them to like go into the world so I could get better. Because if you don't ever put nothing out, you never get to improve. Like you focus so much on this one, and sometimes it's cool to be laser focused like that. But I read something, they did like a study. They had one group of people try to make one thing really great quality. They was like try to make the best one you can, and then they had another group and they told them try to make as many as you can. And the group that they had make as many as they can end up making the best one because they had so many repetitions in doing it. Like
Yeah.
if I did it 1,000 times, I'm gonna make out of that 1,000, I'm gonna make one that's better than your one for sure. You feel me?
Yeah.
Somebody tell you, hey, I need you to
Make
hit
a
3
few.
shots.
Make a few.
It would make more sense for
Yeah.
you to shoot 100 of them than just 3. You feel me? So
Yeah.
that quantity, get it there.
Makes
You
sense.
you really can't even get quality without quantity. Like for somebody to be skilled enough to make something great, they got to do it so many times for like you to get that one.
Makes sense. Um, let's talk good company. What sparked the idea and how did it start becoming a real thing for you?
I've always been like a brand builder since high school. I used to like have vlogs and different groups and stuff. So I've always been kind of brand building. And I started Good Company in 2016. That was like my first rendition of like that. And it was me just fostering like a community and building like infrastructure behind what I was doing. Like I was shooting all the videos and shooting all the covers and mixing all the music and recording all the music. I was doing everything. It was really just me doing everything. But I wanted to build something for all that to exist under when I go out and help other people do it. And it just kind of grew, as new people come in and I was supporting what they was doing and they were supporting what I was doing. It just kind of cultivated into something larger. And now it's like a economy, like okay, it's a it's insane, like how big the team has gotten, how many people is a part of what's being built now. Like you'll come to one show and some shows just 40 staff members. You feel me? Just working to make that vision come to life.
Okay. Uh, One thing I've always admired is how active and involved your homie Tieta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tieta is, you know what I'm saying? It I've always just seen her around and uh even like when you had just like 1,000 followers, you know what I'm saying? I believe, you know, it was something around there, you know what I'm
A little
saying?
later, she came a little later, but
Something
yeah,
like that, you
close.
know. But can you just talk about the importance of having someone that's like that in your corner who's not only believes in your vision, but plays multiple roles to help it grow?
Man, it was vital. Um, it was vital because prior to that, like I've always had like help through homies and stuff, but I was still carrying so much of the load that like so much couldn't get done because I was doing so much already. So it's like if I'm tending to all this, I can't tend to this. And when Tieta came, she took a bunch of stuff that was like, here, I'm gonna do this. You feel me? And that helped. It's like when a running back like short on yards and you see the whole thing start moving to push it forward, and that's what it was. Like she tended to things that I wasn't privy on, that was able to grow and scale the business in a way that I didn't have the bandwidth to do because I was doing everything. So it's really vital to get people that's like minded. And a lot of like the great ideas, like we had an era still till today, but we had a wave where I was like just inventing shit. It was like offer based, gold cards, stock. Like I was hitting their ass over the head. It was like every month I'm coming with some new shit. Even like it kept on flowing. And like I was able to do that because everything I came up with that I brought to her, we was able to bring to execution. Nothing was like, I don't know. Everything was like, this what we on and this what's gonna get done. And that's where that's vital because I don't have an idea that gets like shot down ever. Even if I did, I would still push. But to have somebody who like, if this what you want to do, this what we gonna do, it changes everything.
Um, Who's usually picking the beats? Is it you, the team? What's your process for locking in on the production?
Uh, I got the final yes on everything, but like now I'm at a point where I allow music to come to me through various ways. Like Yason sends some shit in, Splash or send me. I allow it to come to me however it come, and if it hit me, I'm on it. If it don't hit me, I pass. So I make the final yes, but I allow everybody to participate in the creative process now. Like
Okay.
it's an open format. Like I used to be in the studio solo making songs, and now I'll allow more people inside the room to collaborate and throw something into the pot.
Okay. How do you feel like that has uh, uh, transformed your career? That's the right word.
I feel like that's where like we was able to get the fun era and the creativity.
Right.
Like prior, I had a lot of conscious albums. I was just more focused on my life because that's just kind of where I was. When you sit down alone, like you just think about life. But when you're in the room with your homies and joy and the beats, like it puts you in a different spirit and in a different mode. So it really opened the door for give me a beat wouldn't exist, on what we doing. Like if you listen to some of those songs, you can hear Splash and Yason in the back. Like if you listen to the ad libs, it's like them in the back excited. So it just it added a different element to the music because it's like you with your own. It's like playing a video game by yourself and playing with your homie. It's two different. You feel me?
No,
Like
fine.
you still have a good time,
Right.
when your homies there. It's like it's a whole different game.
Right. Uh, what were your honest thoughts about Seattle before you pulled up out here?
Um, I didn't have none. Uh, I was excited though because I always see West Coast artists go to Seattle on their tour routes. Since like I was younger, when I see tour routes, I always see niggas hit Portland, niggas hit Seattle, like that was the West Coast run. LA, Seattle, Portland, like Santa Cruz. Like I've seen it from the Jackers to the Fabs, you feel me? So I knew that y'all had embraced the region heavy. And the only reason I chose Seattle was because I had looked at the data and Seattle was like top 10 in all my cities that was listening to my music, probably top 5. And I think we ended up choosing. Now we did a poll, so it was top 10, top 5, and then I had did a poll. I put a link in my bio for people to put zip codes in for where they wanted to see me live, and we went through the sheet. And Seattle was like at least 200-300 entries that was just Seattle.
Something lovely.
So we was like, man, we got to go there. And when we did the residency last year, that was the top of last year. We stayed the whole week. And just the love. I mean, like we announced the first show. I thought I was just coming to do one show. And the first show sold out like that. We announced second, sold out. Third one, it was like, I'm just gonna stay the whole week. You feel me? And then we end up doing the stuff with UW, and the city just embraced me so heavily that it was like it became home. So when I came back this year, same thing. We announced the first show, gone. Another show, gone. Like every time I come up here, I get so much love, and I notice like it it benefits like more than just Seattle. Like I ended up in Tacoma on both trips. This time I ended up in Everett, So it's like I had somebody came down who like, man, come to Spokane, come to Olympia. You feel me? Like it is bigger than Seattle, but Seattle is like the hub. You can tell the heart that beats out to the rest of it. You feel me? So it's home now. We're gonna be in Seattle every year.
Okay. Uh, is there any local artists or producers from out here who stood out to you so far?
um I cooked with Kodo last time I was here when I did the live from the 206 album when I was here.
Right.
And I got up with Kodo. I got up with Jake One. Jake One, a legend.
Yes, sir.
From here. Katil ended up on the album. I met Katil outside. Literally just being outside. You came up and rapped and did your shit.
Something.
Man, we had Oblate Reed. Travis Thompson from out this way too, ain't he?
Yep,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah, the community kind of fostered itself. So yeah, we just got to build while we was here.
Okay. Uh, and I've seen you. You know, you tapped in with Snoop, bro. You tapped
Yeah.
in with Wiz, Buster, bro. Like, just you can go down the list. You know what I'm saying? What's one collab moment though that really sticks with you?
I'm gonna say Katil from here. Because we met him in such an interesting state. Like that nigga was really going through life. Like I had did a pop-up shop. And the nigga was like fidgety, and I'm like, I'm just hyper conscious. Like I'm always looking around, you feel me? And like energy, when energy shift around me, it's like it may I have to. So I walked up to him and I'm like, "You good?" Was hey, you feel me? And it was just like he was going through his own shit in life, and he needed just like community, right? And then I ended up passing him the mic, and everything went away. It was like magic. It was like this nigga magic. You feel me? And I'm like, come to the crib. You feel me? I invited him to the crib. And it's crazy because all the homies at the crib and they just got to trust my judgment. You feel me? It's like, they know who that nigga was. And like when he got to the crib, he had like his own process because he was going through so much. And we start talking about his life and his journey and shit. And to like, we end up seeing him in LA after. And like just that experience of like human, of being a human. You feel me? Because so many people meet me and they see me as this artist that they envision me as whoever I am to them. And like having to remind people that I'm not whoever the fuck you think I am. I'm me. Like in that presence and like meeting Katil here was like one of them dope, humbling human moments because I got to see another artist going through their journey who was like figuring themselves out. Like he was signed to a major, then had to come back home. You feel me?
Right.
Like it was so much to the story that
Right.
a nigga wouldn't even know, and like any other rapper or famous person wouldn't have never noticed them because they don't even give people a chance to be that close. Like this shit don't happen. You feel me? You don't even get a chance to be that close and be connected to like the community that exists there.
Hmm. Yeah. He was definitely I remember he was real vulnerable, you know what I'm
Right?
saying? And it was hard. You know, I remember what he recorded at y'all when y'all posted the video. That was hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, compare the feeling of getting your first major feature to what it feels like now when legends lock in with you.
What was my first major feature? Who? Yeah, yeah, yeah. My first one was Pilo had sent me again to hop on. And that was really like an early moment in my career that helped like move the wave. Like that was the first big moment that people within the region and outside the region got to see like me do what I do. And 40 was on that track. And we did the video shoot, and that's where I ended up meeting 40, and me and 40 end up connecting and got a crazy relationship now. So for me, honestly, 40 40 is like up here for me. So it really started like everything else after that is like that is the barometer for me. Like Snoop is also,
Right.
Snoop is one of the reasons like I do what I do. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch the Up and Smoke DVD faithfully.
Hmm.
Like he really like the reason I perform and wanted to be a rapper derived a lot from that DVD. So Snoop for sure, but 40 for me, I'm from Vallejo, so you feel
Right.
me? Like 40 is that to me.
Hmm. Okay. Um, what was that studio experience like for when I remember seeing you post, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was like a skit or anything, I know it's social media, but when I remember Bus had like came up behind you or something
Yeah,
like that.
that was real. That was real deal. That was real deal. And that was a crazy moment because I was working on a whole different record because he was like taking a while to get to the studio. So I'm like, man, I'm finna lay this. And they like Buster in the elevator, he on the way in, and I'm like, man, I'm finna lay. I'm not waiting. And he was like, no, wait, cause he gonna want to run. I'm like, nigga, I'm finna lay my song. So to see him come in and the energy he had was like, it was real. You feel me? And that was my first moment meeting him. So to like, and Buster loved hip hop. Like you could see the joy resurge in him from just being around us and experiencing what we do and our passion for it. So it was really a beautiful moment. Like we don't get to see a lot of the OGs like smile and live in that glory no more. Like hip hop hella hard now. Like everybody, like every angle. So like anytime we get those moments to really just revel in that passion and that joy, it's a beautiful thing.
Okay. Um, your first appearance on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
What was that whole experience like for you, bro?
That was many. I had what's crazy about that. I ended up doing a deal with Russ right before I went and did that, and that's what ended up giving me the paper to like go. I ended up taking like hell of my homies and my mama. Like we went out there at probably like 8 or 9 deep. You feel me? And they would only let 3 of us go up. It was me, Hovain, and Fonny. And what's crazy, my best friend Fonny, this nigga, since he was going up with us, we gave him the camera and was like, record the freestyle. But he recorded the entire trip, like forgetting to stop the recording. So from when we got in the elevator to when we did the freestyle to when we took the picture and went back, the camera was rolling the whole time, and he just holding it like this, not even knowing like it's going. You feel me? So he captured that entire It was literally only like a 10-15 minute moment. Like I didn't do no interview or nothing that time. They literally brought me up there just to rap because Charlamagne was like, bro, this nigga tight. So that whole moment was captured. It was a crazy feeling too because when I met Hovain, he was like, man, you a star. I'm finna make sure the world know you a star. And Hovain lined up a lot of them plays and put that together. And he put so many people on to what I was doing before he passed. So that moment was just like, it was magic. I never even I never seen nobody rap on Breakfast Club. So I didn't even think that, that was never even on my list of goals as a possibility. Still to this day, I don't see people rap on Breakfast Club. Like that was a one-of-one thing.
Yeah. For real. That was actually I believe like the second song too, bro. First it was the baggage claim. You know what I'm saying? That's what, like, cause I was on my way to work. Just, and then I forgot how I came across it, but it was like, go get that back. Like, oh shit, this is hard. And then just on some fun shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, but I like what you was talking about. And then I went down, heard that was the second song, you know what I'm saying, that came on. And so then I'm like, oh shit, this nigga's talking like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's when I went down a rabbit hole, you know what I'm saying? Just started going down each song.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty and like the catalog, because there's some people who only find me through like the fun stuff. Like, they just know the grinding and the whelps and the give me a beats, and when they finally get to find like, oh no, this nigga really rap, it's like, it's only so many artists we can go to and get all varieties from.
It was actually I don't know which one was first. I believe it was the video. Just seeing like, when you scrolling or whatever, you was in the back of the back of the truck. I heard it. Oh, that's cool, whatever. And then I heard it, the song actually come on my, and then you actually letting it play because you driving. You know what I'm saying? And I heard went to the next song. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga's cold. Like
fire.
But yeah. What's something most people misunderstand about LaRussell, the person, not the brand?
That is not two separate entities. And I think fame does that to people, right? Like you disassociate the human with it. And that's the thing for me. It's like it's not two separate entities. Like I don't go home and turn it off. You feel me? Like I don't have a PR voice, a PR look of none of that shit. You feel me? Like the same nigga you seen last year is the same nigga that's here today. You feel me? Whether I'm outside or with my mama or with my dog, I'm the same exact person.
Right.
And that's what it is. You know, people aren't always able to disassociate, and that's why you see like certain negativity and shit on social media. People are allowed to like commentate on other people's lives and be negative on what they got going on because they disassociate them with a human. Like they just associate like the product of it, you know, like, and it allows you to treat people a certain way because you're not looking at them as a human who experiencing the same thing you experiencing. Like some people say certain shit online that's like insane. Like they almost forget that you got people who love you and you got family and you got feelings and emotions and you'll slap the shit out of somebody too. You know, like it just escape people. But um it's a tough balance, you feel me? Because that's kind of like what you get when you get famous. Like people just kind of disregard your humanity at that point. Like that's your exchange. It's like you get to have this rapport and this glamour, but you also lose a piece of like your reality. You feel me? Like my daughter for her birthday want to go to Disneyland, and we went years ago, and it was cool. And now it's like the thought of that now is like, damn, because when I go into public spaces with so many people, I don't get to like enjoy the moment no more. It's like something pulling at you every time somebody pulling at and consistently. Like I've been in spaces where I can't go 5 steps without like getting stopped and asked for a picture and asked for, and you know, I don't even like taking pictures. And I just now got to the point where I like tell people no, but for so long it was like, yes, yeah, I didn't took I'll go to an event and at least 200, 300 pictures sometimes. You feel me? Just people pleasing. And like having to recondition yourself as a human and get out of them states of like, bro, I don't enjoy fame in any regard really. You feel me? So like having to remember to be human and show people that I'm a human is like the core of that.
Okay. Uh, what's something your kid taught you that the rap game never could?
Um really like kindness. Like my daughter is really, really a good person. Like she don't think maliciously or have like some things she don't even understand. Like
Right.
she don't grasp
That's
why
beautiful.
somebody would talk bad about somebody else over how they look or how they like those are things that's like
Right.
it don't make sense to her. You feel me? Like and seeing that level of like purity and kindness and consideration for other people, seeing that level of that in like a human who hasn't been on earth nearly as long as some people that be
Right.
wilding.
Right.
It's crazy, but that's really what it is. Like learning how to be human from her.
Well, that's a fact, bro. I relate that definitely on that. Um, what's your message to the world right now?
Mm, I don't really have one. Um, I'm really just trying to like I'm just displaying to the world what a free nigga look like, you know. and all I could do is hope that inspires somebody else to be free or to set somebody else free. But I don't really have one. You know, I'm not really trying to win the world. I'm really just trying to like win my world. I just like to be comfortable in the space and like in the life that I gotta live because I gotta wake up in it every day. I gotta go to
Right.
sleep in it every day. You know, I gotta see myself every day. So I don't really have one for the world. I'm just out here trying to be me as much as I can, and I say whoever that inspires, great.
Yeah, you inspiring a lot, bro, for sure. I mean, even you know what you say. Remember, everything happened. Everything's with alignment, all that timing, and you know. But I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? I rap, but this is like how you say you had like your hub, you know, like I'm talking
Yeah.
about for spitters only, the platform is like it's something that is for the city, from the city, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not just for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually doing it and you inspired not we again we all have our but you definitely gave that light bulb, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, let me actually put this together, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause what was it? You said build the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you don't gotta ask for a seat at somebody else's. And so with Seattle, you know, you don't hear too many
Yeah.
like, especially no nigga artists. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you just it's just not
Right.
happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's
Macklemore.
you know like, but the fact that you know what I'm saying we have a whole black culture out here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it. I just seen the opportunity, seeing how you was moving, you know what I'm saying, seeing the space, you know, that we have, you know what I'm saying, like the opportunity we have to, it's like we got so much talent, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, but we gotta actually, you know, get us out there and do and the things that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, like is a good blueprint for that. You know what I'm
Bro, and
saying? That's what literally got me started, like, you know, the content, you know what I'm saying? It's like that.
that's how it started, bro. I really like my career broke as a byproduct of helping out everybody else break through. Like I started doing live performance sessions, and just all the artists I love that I hear a song I love, I hit them and bring them in. And then I started rapping on my own platform, like 2021 Freestyle. That's we set that whole flower wall up. We was at the homie shop. Like a lot of my I have my pieces that go viral with shit that we end up setting up. Do that little dance. The first viral video was like me trialing it so I could do it for other artists, and it just happened to go viral. So it's like that's the
Divine
key
timing.
is just setting up the infrastructure to help everybody else, and inevitably it eventually helps you.
For sure. Yeah. Um, yeah, we pretty you know, we
We in
good
there. We
now.
got it done.
Yes, sir. Just let people know where can people find you? You know, I know it's evident, but just you know, LaRussell everywhere. Make sure
You
y'all
hear me?
go.
I'm Googleable now. You
You
heard?
know, good company. Make sure y'all follow the team. You know, amazing everything you're doing, bro. It's very much appreciated. Again,
No.
from artists like me. You know, what I'm saying that. You know, you know. It's just it's good to see people that actually are that have a message, you know what I'm saying, with their words when they're actually talking, having fun, you know what I'm saying, having that balance and actually being real with the people, you know what I'm saying, showing giving game, you know what I'm saying. So I appreciate you sliding through and showing us love, you know.
Gratitude.
Shout out to the Soup Gallery, you know, my
Yeah.
bro Petty Pro, you know, he was able to help us make this happen.
Come on. And they came together last minute.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, man.
Yes, sir. But everything is divine timing. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about alignment. You know,
Right.
everything ain't gonna happen when you expect it to all the time. You know, so that's I definitely again appreciate you, big bro. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uh, for spitters only, LaRussell, we out.
Away.